So Mike, do you want to talk about tariffs, or do you want to talk about mobile workforce?
Oh my gosh. Let's talk about the tariff on mobile workers. Now,
tariff on mobile workers, yeah.
Well, tariffs.
Tariffs, all right, okay. So, Mr. History here. So, you know, the tariffs are in the news a lot right now, and we're ramping up to what looks like a trade war. Nobody wants to get.
Yeah.
So, have there been trade wars maybe of this scope in the past? Do tariffs work from your understanding of history? I mean, kind of fill us in for those of us who don't know history as much as you.
Well, I think the general accepted wisdom is that trade wars don't work real well. Despite our president's statement that trade wars are great and easy to win, they're not. They're usually generally a tariff is a tax on consumers, all consumers, everyone involved. It's a tax on Chinese consumers, American consumers, European consumers, Canadian consumers,
right,
Mexican
exactly.
consumers, everybody. So that's never a good thing.
Yeah.
It probably hurts the consumers more than it hurts the companies, because the companies are just going to raise their prices to make up for that, and the consumers are the ones that are going to pay for it, whether it's food or any goods. I mean, Obama had a tax, I think, on tires. He had a tariff on tires, Chinese tires, because they were flooding the market with really cheap tires, and I think that they tried a tariff on that, which I don't think it worked. I think that he trumpeted it as, you know, hey, we saved American jobs, and I don't know that it really helped much, if any. Bush 1 or Bush 2, I think, had a steel tax or a steel tariff. But I mean, there's been tariffs throughout American history.
Sure,
Throughout world history. But I mean, American history. Hamilton was in favor of tariffs right from the get-go of the republic. This idea that you need to protect American industry, and at that point in the 18th century, in the early 19th century, American industry was in its infancy. It needed to be protected, because European manufactured goods were so much better. But, by the middle of the 19th century, America really had caught up with that, and there already was this understanding that free trade, fair trade was better. Now, after World War II, it was really codified by GATT, by the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, and the World Trade Organization, that really has been very sturdy for 70 years. The little things like, like say Obama with a tire tariff, or Bush with a steel tariff. But I mean, other than that, there's been a generally accepted wisdom that free trade, fair trade is better for everybody, because again, it's less for the consumer to have to pay.
Right.
Trump and the Trump administration now don't necessarily believe that. They feel like, this is a zero-sum game, that they're going to win, somebody else is going to lose. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I mean, I don't know the economists, and I think most economists will tell you that that's not true, that tariffs are a bad thing overall. Some now will say, well, within certain frameworks, like there's been some reappraisal of this idea that the U.S. manufacturing industry is just gonna go away, necessarily. Well, no, maybe some level of protectionism can support some level of jobs. But again, the consumers broadly are going to pay more. Yes, you're going to support some jobs and help some workers in some industries, but consumers overall are probably going to pay more. So net, is it a good thing or not? I don't know.
And
sorry, that was a very long-winded
answer. That's fine. Is there? And I haven't heard anybody really discuss this much. I look at trade disparities, let's say U.S. and China, kind of the same way I look at the deficit.
Yeah, who cares?
Exactly. I mean, so we've got to bring down the deficit. It'll never happen. I mean, it's only the billions, right? So it's like funny money to me.
This idea that, okay, we have a trade deficit with China. Who cares? We got the stuff. I mean, we bought stuff, that China was manufacturing. We bought it at Walmart or whatever. So what?
So what's the
American
argument?
Consumer? I don't know. I don't know that I think
because it comes up every administration.
Well, the argument is that you're going to support American workers. You're gonna make it so that the prices of the stuff coming in are going to be hit with this. The stuff coming in is going to be hit with this tariff. The price
so
they'll
buy
they're going to buy American stuff.
Yeah.
But
unless it's like really a crazy tariff, I don't think it happens.
Yeah, but even if it does, what's going to happen is, the prices are just going to go up overall, right? I mean, for all these goods. So like Walmart's not going to stop buying Chinese goods, even if the tariffs hit it. It's still going to be cheaper generally than American goods. If they raise the tariffs so high that the American goods are comparable in terms of the sourcing price, the wholesale price of that, I guess Americans would buy more products, but again, then the Chinese are just going to retaliate, and the prices going over are going to have to be higher too. The stuff like soybeans or whiskey or whatever it is that they're putting their tariffs on.
Yeah, okay.
You know, so it's a very complicated, involved system. It's an organism, really, and you can't just change one little element of it and think it's not going to change the whole thing. It's going to change everything. I mean, tariffs overall, I think, do function as a tax on consumers everywhere.
Well, I'd be interested in hearing what our viewers viewers think. So I mean, for your company, just drop us an email or text us or whatever. I mean, for your company, do you feel that tariffs are going to help or not help or have no effect at all?
Well,
I mean,
I'd be interested for those that think that they are going to help. Why? What does that mean when you say help? I mean, maybe you're working with Carrier or whatever, and these jobs are going to stay, or whatever company you're working with. If you're competing with Chinese manufacturers in the market, what do you think that's going to do for you? Is that going to give you more jobs? Is it going to save the jobs that you guys have? Are you going to make more money as a worker at those companies? Yeah. But on the flip side of that, how do you feel about the fact you might pay more for the stuff when you go to shop at Walmart or wherever? I mean,
let us know.
Complicated issue, but let us know. Yeah.